I want people to like me for who I am, and I want people to like each other for who they are.
And if we create a better environment for kids growing up and make them feel comfortable in themselves, I feel like eating disorders wouldn't be as prevalent as they are today.
I feel like it's an either-or kind of thing. Like, one can cause the other. Like, if you have body dysmorphia, it could cause you to have an eating disorder, or if you do have an eating disorder, it can cause you to have body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia, because the only reason that eating disorders start is because of their self-image and self-worth. So you have to have that dysmorphic thought of your body to then start developing the eating disorder habit.
Probably body dysmorphia, because I think you have to have the negative self-worth, the negative self-image in order to go to those extremes of eating disorders.
I think that's kind of like the chicken and the egg question. It's something that comes back and forth. I think that it all starts from one main problem, and then however you deal with that problem affects if it goes one way or the other or both ways. So I feel like it's very individual.
I would argue that neither. I would argue that both of those are relatable because they start with our society and media. They start with what our society deems to be what is beautiful, what the correct body shape is for a woman. I feel like you start with those two things, and that infiltrates the minds of young girls because they don't fit what a magazine cover looks like. So because they don't fit, it gets in their brains, I'm wrong. I'm incorrect.
My girlfriend of almost 3 years now, she used to suffer from bulimia, like severe bulimia, and she kept it a secret, like all of her life. I know that me personally, when she ever told me, like, when she would do it, I would feel very sad. Like, not just, at first I would feel sad for her, and then I would kind of feel sad for myself. Because I didn't know how to deal with that situation. I didn't know what to say or do. But over time, I kind of learned, like, the accepting language to use and like, what to say and what not to say.
I've never been diagnosed with an eating disorder or anything like that, but I was diagnosed with really bad depression when I was in high school, and a lot of it stemmed from low self-esteem and an unhealthy relationship with food. All the magazines were telling me I was doing it right, but I still didn't look right, you know? I didn't have the body that I thought I was supposed to have, and that spurned a lot of problems.
I did personally dealt with those when I was younger. Well, it started when I was in 4th grade. My teacher on the last day of school told me, we were carrying books upstairs, and she told me if I wasn't so fat, I would have been able to carry more books. She was also the type of teacher who told us about her Botox and her boob jobs and bent over so we could see her thong. And it really just messed with my head, and it got to the point where I was completely starving myself.
Yes, I, when I was younger, had anorexia, and I'm now diagnosed as body dysmorphic. It affected me for a long time because self-love was really hard, and it's still something that I struggle with. And I know it was hard for my friends watching me go through it and not knowing how to help me, especially my family as well. There was no outfit, nothing I could do, no diet that would ever make me happy. Very hopeless.
We have got to stop letting people think that fat is a bad word. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being fat.
Don't get so frustrated or angry or try to see where they're coming from, but also don't be afraid to get help for that person.
I really think it boils down to how you treat other people. If people didn't taunt me by saying things like, you're fat and you shouldn't, like, why are you eating, I wouldn't have felt the way I did. But that also comes from confidence, and people talk about giving kids all this confidence, but then they tear kids down.
I don't think it's a bad thing to exist, and I am just fed up with people telling me I need to lose weight because I'm awesome the way that I am. I'm healthy, I take care of myself, and therefore your judgment of my body and what I look like doesn't really matter. I really don't give a shit.
We need to stop telling people that the way they look is wrong, whether they're thin or they're big or they're short or tall or ethnic or gay. We need to stop hating people for who they are. We need to just understand that people are people, and you don't control who you are.